Hey everyone, we're back for part 2 of the lessons. It's Sunday morning. I've gotten up early for this. So again, we're over here at 503 half diminished chord shapes, and the reason why I want to finish this up is because we have some new things to cover, which I'm excited about. But what I found the most notable example of the two ways to do a half diminished substitution, I believe, was with the Dorian as the E minor. So let's look at that. Now, this is the Locrian box that we're going to be looking at. The 7, 2, 4, and the 6. Okay, so who knows what long box this is? It's the lowest playable note is the 2. So if I put the capo in the key of C, if I put the capo on my D, remember my guitar goes down a little bit further because I've down tuned it, you know, tuning things, 2 whole notes. So I have a D here and I have a D minor here. If I play this 6 and 2 and this open 4 here, it's going to be an F. Now the raw, or just read it, play it as you see it, chord to play for this half diminished particular, you call it an inversion, you can call it, it certainly is one of 4 inversions of a pentatonic scale, but we're not going to look at it that way because the half diminished pentatonic scale is kind of a minor pentatonic scale at best. So, and it certainly is a diminished, half diminished pentatonic scale. So, because as you can see, in the let's say the D pentatonic scale, which would start on D, we actually have to remove the capo for that, and we go. So this would be the D C box here, okay? So, but this is the Locrian fretboard that has 7, 2, 4 and it's 7, 6 highlighted here. Alright, so we're going to do 2 types of substitutions here, and I'm choosing this. Oh, by the way, this is the answer to the question was this is the D fretboard. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or we can go 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. See, these are the same note. So we have the option to do the long like that, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2 into the next cage, the very next cage, which would be the C cage, or we can do that cutout. We can see that we're in the D cage there, the D long. That gave rise to the cutout into the C shape. Now, we talk about a C shape going into a little D on the top. That's when we're in the C shape. Now we're in the D shape. And what I just played right here, this is interesting because we've just got root 3, 5 here. We don't have the pentatonic. So we've just got this. Okay, starting from 3. So that would be kind of the first inversion of it, but that's what we were playing. That's what I was playing with the cutout. I took the without this. See, we've got the capo on now, right? So this is what we're looking at, and this is the crux of the study of the lessons this month, perhaps, is the long cages, which means, of course, that we're going to start on 2 there. We're going to start on the D in the key of C. But we're also going to be going into the C shape. So it's a D C shape there. So we've got the D long where we can't go. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't go here for the 7. That's about all I'm going to say about the short shape. Alright, so that is what we were looking at, outlining the cage itself. Okay, so briefly looking at the modal circle for that cage now, we've got double cage shapes as we go along, but notice we have half shapes here with the G minor and the C minor. Okay, because those tend to want to go below the fret nut, so we're going to do a half shape and add its 7th. So that would be a C minor 7th shape now. Shape. Because if we're in the key of C, we're not going to be playing a C minor 7th unless we're trying to do something bluesier kind of thing. A C minor 7 being a nice Dorian for a blues magic key of B flat. We're playing in the key of C. We're not doing that. So this is just a C minor shape going to the next cage position up, and this is important for today's lesson, and that is using the caged word. That's CA in the caged word. There's GE, so we can just spell it always going to the right here. CAGE. Yes, we have DC. So we got CAGEDC. You have to get used to in cage doing upper and lower case, major to minor. It still works the same way. Let me show you. We have a D-shaped C here. Goes to D, goes to C shape, C major, both major. Then C goes to A shape major. But if we want to work in minors, we can start in an E minor shape here. Okay, and that's going to go to D minor shape here. Okay, and then next thing would be a C minor shape. Okay, so we would be doing something like for that C minor shape. C goes to A minor shape. So C, A, G, it went D, C, A, G. So cage works for both majors and minors. So we do spell the word cage. We can start it here. C, A, G, E, D, C, A, G, E, D. See, as we go along to the right, we're doing 2 positions per cage. So let's just finish up half diminished for now. I like people to know that when I was in the service, they taught me how communication theory. They taught me how radio works, AM and FM. And they couldn't do that in college. In 6 years of college, okay, not that I was focusing on communication systems, but in 6 years of college, I still couldn't, when I got to that course, I couldn't learn it. And they taught it to me in like 4 months. So I'm extending that kind of attitude to you, that you do things in a military manner and you learn things. And I'm the only one who's going to teach you this in this way. They will talk about the cage system a whole lot and pentatonic scales, but it's a lot more than that as far as I'm concerned. So this is a diminished cage here. It's a double cage. It's the DC cage. I know my D's are starting to look more like pies, but or something like that. I don't know what that isn't. Um, you know, and I try to update the graphics as much as possible. So we got the DC cage here, but this is the position here is the root is 5 root 3, and the C is 5 root 3, 5 root 3, like that. Okay. Now with this D-shaped root 5 root 3 here, now we're working in the black. Okay, in the inverted colors, we have down here we have